guys? Welcome back to another video. It is short hair season, so as you can tell, I cut my hair. Oh my. I've been drinking this for like 3 days. Today, we're going to be talking about something new I purchased. I did hint about this in my last video that came out, and I was really excited about it and really like anticipating it. And like, the more I use it, the more excited I get. So I bought a new camera. This is the Canon R6 Mark II. And honestly, it is amazing. Like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I've been using this camera to shoot mostly photos for the last 2 days. I was at my parents' place. I got it delivered to my parents' place because I have porch pirates here who like to take stuff from people's front yards when they get it delivered. So I was not taking a risk on such an expensive camera. But I got it delivered to my parents' place. I went over there on the weekend on Sunday. I unboxed it. That's what you saw in the intro. I still have my long hair. And I put it all together and I went outside and I snapped these photos. So these photos you're looking at now, I'll even put the settings that I used at the bottom, and comparing them to the camera I use now, I am absolutely blown away with how incredible of a camera this is. I haven't used it for vlogging yet. With the 24-105 lens on it. I haven't used it for vlogging yet, but I'm going to. I have a bit of a vlog day plan coming up in the near future, so that'll be something that will be shot on the R6 Mark II completely, but at the moment I haven't used it for any type of vlogging or anything like that. I did shoot some video, but I mostly shot photos because the reason I got this camera is for the high frame rate, the full frame sensor, and just because it's a sharp camera. It's a really good camera for photography, and I was a bit iffy at first. I took my first photo and I was like, okay, this is going to be a big learning curve, and then I started shooting photos like this. So we had a big storm that rolled through with lightning and thunder, and we actually ended up losing power. And I took it as the perfect opportunity to take night shots because why the hell not? So I was outside and I was looking up at the sky, getting shots of just the lightning lighting up the sky, just to see how good of a camera it was, going from super dark to bright, adjusting to the change, and it did pretty good. I didn't really edit up any of those photos. They weren't anything special. It was more just of how does it go with the difference. But then as I turned around and set my tripod down facing towards kind of the end of the street in the backyard, a perfect lightning strike came across from tree to tree and lit up the sky, and I just managed to snap it. Now I was at 24mm, so I was fully zoomed out. I had about, a whole other left-hand side of the backyard, houses, a fence, trees on the right-hand side, and considering all that, I was able to blow up the photo perfectly to where the two trees were and get that lightning bolt going across. Now, I could have done this photo a lot better, but you got to keep in mind, I just picked this camera up. This is the first day shooting with this camera. It is completely different to my 90D. My 90D it's not able to do that. Like any type of night photography, you gotta use every setting you can just to get a decent photo out of it. This, I honestly have my settings completely wrong. Look at the settings along the bottom. They were nowhere near where they should have been. I'm just trying to figure out how best to use this sensor and how best to balance my settings against each other. I don't want noise, but I don't want too much noise. I don't want to be letting in a lot of light to where it's going to be blurring the photo and, adding too much white and taking detail out of it, but I don't want it to be pitch black. Like, I want a perfect balance and I just gotta find those right settings. So that's where the struggle is at the moment. But again, you learn from these things, and that's how it's gonna be. As you know, I don't really do spec reviews. I don't go through and, you know, run you through everything, but I will go through just kind of how the camera looks and how it feels, ergonomics. Again, I do a lot of opinionated reviews, and some people hate that. Some people don't. Some people want to come here and see just how I feel about the camera. Some people want to come and see the exact specs. If you want to go and see the specs, there's like 100 videos that I even went and watched about this camera. You can go and watch those. But I saw no videos about anyone saying if they loved it or hated it, and I love it. I actually love this camera, and yes, the R6 Mark III is going to be coming out. I don't have $8,000 to spend on a camera. I feel like it's going to come out and be super expensive because of all the new specs that they've put in it. I don't have the money for that. And this is enough camera for me. At the moment, my workload is 365-day photography, videos, and vlogs. That's it. And any spare shooting that I do along the way. That's it. Like, I've got... This has a dual card slot, and I have two 256 gigabyte SD cards in it. That is all I need. I don't need to go crazy and get 1 terabyte. Like, that's 4 hours of shooting plus maybe like 2,000 photos. That's more than enough. I probably only shoot an hour's worth of footage at max, and then I only really take about 2,500 photos on a big shoot day. I try to keep it under 1,000. But sometimes you just, with the new 40 FPS I got on this baby, I'm going to be getting up into those 2,500 photo range while I'm learning this camera and dialing in those settings. Lipped a nice tea break. Oh yeah. I'm a raspberry flavor fanboy. There's just something about it. It's just something about it that just, it hits different. It tastes different. I like it. Okay, so actually going on to the camera. I know, blabber, blabber, blabber. Bradley, you blabber. Yes, put it in the comments. I get comments every single time about me blabbering. So actually going on to the camera itself. So if we're looking here, you got your shutter button, you got your little dial, aperture, ISO, I'm doing this backwards. This changes your different modes, and it lost focus again. So that changes your different modes. Up here, you have your little button that changes your focal spot. So your little focal toggle pushy thingy. Oh, I can't think of what it's called. You got your record button here. This is actually a really nice placement for the record button. I actually really like this spot. Over on here, you have a switch that flicks between video and photo. I love how tactile and audible this switch is. I love it. You got a flip LCD screen. Every camera in 2025 should have one of these. Your viewfinder, which is absolutely amazing. This is the best viewfinder I've ever had in a camera. You got your autofocus on and off button. Then over here, you got your 2 other buttons. I changed these to something else, but I don't remember. You got your Q button to change your settings. No, that's your magnify button. This is hard doing it backwards. I'm looking at the screen. Your Q button, which is you go into and you change all your settings and all that. Like your menu button. Then info, so this is the button that pops up all your info on the screen and everything. Your OK and a spinning dial. Then you got your image library button and delete. Oh, look at me go. Also, a button I absolutely love, this is going to be really hard to capture with this lighting setup, I'm still trying to get used to, is there's a button down in here, if you can see it. There's a button down in here. This button is actually really cool. I really like this button. So now it won't autofocus to my face. It's annoying me. That's the thing I love about this camera, is the autofocus is really smart and it knows what it's autofocusing onto. It doesn't do this thing where it's focusing down here and then it will go up over here and focus to the background. Then it comes to my face, but then goes over here and focuses onto the shadow. Then it comes down and focuses on my arm thinking it's my face. Then it comes up and only focuses to like an ear, and it's like, what are you doing? This smart AI is amazing. It's really good. Oh yeah, this button I added to be the ISO, so the ISO actually pops up on the screen. I know you can change it on the dial here, but I really like it actually popping up on the screen and being able to see what I'm sliding between. So that's just a little personal thing that I added in. And it's mostly because when I'm quickly changing through my ISO settings, sometimes I'm not even looking at the button, and I could end up pushing it all the way up to the 102,000 and adding a whole bunch of noise and artifacts to my picture and video, thinking I, turned it the wrong direction or whatever, thinking it's right. And then afterwards I'm not happy with that. So it even just helps. I just press it once and see that it's not all the way over and I still got room, look at the number and go, awesome, sweet, and flick it back off. It's more just a double check before you shoot type of thing. So on here, I've got the 24 to 105mm lens with a beautiful lens cap. I absolutely love this. This is my favorite lens setup ever. It's just so cool. This lens I was shooting with the whole 2 days. I've never shot for a whole 2 days, and I was just taking random photos. I was like taking photos of a wall just because I wanted to see how the autofocus went, focusing on nothing. And oh my god, it did good. It realized, hey, he's just taking photo of a wall. Let's focus onto the wall. The 90D, no offense, I love my EOS 90D. It's a good light camera, very good for beginners and intro photography, good price range, but the autofocus is where it lacks. There's a lot of things it lacks in, and the autofocus is right at the top of things it lacks in. The autofocus on this is phenomenal. I've never had a camera that autofocus is just magically onto everything. I think it and it's already done it. It's incredible. The other thing I love is image stabilization. I was just taking photos of I was just taking videos of my mum and dad doing stuff, and I was walking. So I was, doing the up and down motion, looked at the footage, and it's like I was just smooth the whole way. Like, it's mind-blowing that I don't have to go into Final Cut Pro and add in image stabilization and make it that right smoothness. It just automatically has it built into it now. It's incredible. I'm probably going to do like 30 comparison videos between a cheaper budget version camera and this, and I'm going to be comparing, is it worth spending this much money, the reasons why it is, why it isn't, and who it's for. There's probably been 100 videos done on it, but I want to put my own spin on it because everyone digs into specs and goes into specs, but not a lot of people I think have actually used budget cameras, like budget Canon cameras, the EOSs, compared to the R series. A lot of the big YouTubers are comparing budget friendly to R cameras when they haven't used those cheaper cameras. So that'll be definitely something that comes. Something I love is it comes with a lens bag. So when I change out my lenses, I can actually put it in a bag, and I don't have to take up space in my backpack when I'm traveling through airports or on cruises. That is, I know it's safe, and if I do put it in my bag, it's double safe and in a soft material like bag. It's something I really love. Something else I bought because I have two EF lenses is a EF to RF lens adapter. Oh, this focus is killing me, man. I can't wait to use my 90D for video, and it already went off my subject. And it already went off my subject. There, and it already went off my subject. Okay, and it's already gone. Okay, let's just pretend it's focused, yeah? Actually, let's see if I can get it to... So, this is the EF to RF lens adapter. So, on this end is the RF lens where you plug it in. And on this side is the RF, where the RF lens plugs into, and pretty much all it does is it makes it so your autofocus and everything works with the RF. Comes in a pouch as well, which is awesome. About 150 to 200 Australian dollars, definitely worth it if you have. I've got a great 50mm lens, EF lens, and I've also got my 18 to 135mm EF lens. When I do put it on my RF, it doesn't look the best, but I reckon if I punch this baby up to 4K 60, like this baby up to 4K 60 with that lens on it, and it's mixed in with other video, you won't see the difference. And the only reason I want to do that is if I want to vlog in a wider view, or if I want to zoom in a little bit further, because this lens is only to 105 when this is to 135. So if I'm really trying to just get that little bit closer to a subject, I might switch it out. But again, I probably won't be using the 18 to 135 on this camera. It'll be mostly for the 50mm, because that 50mm, I'm a sucker for a 50mm f1.4 lens. I really am. And if I want to use my ND filters, I can't, because they're for this, which is I think a 66mm lens, when this is a 77mm. So it's just a bit bigger, so I'm not able to use that lens. So I've done the photo portion. The video portion will honestly come in an actual video where I use this to vlog and take photos, and like I want to do a actual just video on this. But my first 2 days with this camera, it gets 2 thumbs up. Like, it's definitely really good, super sharp. The AI, the autofocus is absolutely amazing. The lens quality is unreal. I've never had an RF lens before, especially from the L series with their image stabilization. It is phenomenal. The body ergonomics are really good. I get a super good grip on this camera. The dual card slot is a game changer. The fact that it takes the LPE6NH battery is probably my favorite thing, and the USB-C charging straight from the camera, that's one of my favorite things. Having a separate, really good, well-made switch between video and photo, and still being able to video when you're in photo mode. Like, there's just so much to this camera that has changed how I make content and how I'm going to be doing stuff, because I can be shooting, just, 60 FPS, just firing these photos off, and then I go, oh, I haven't vlogged in a bit. Flip, hit record, grab the lens. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm doing this and that, and blah blah blah. Oh, there's a photo I want to take. Pause. Like, just the fact that I'm not having to switch, go through settings, oh, I want to do this, shooting my photos on a separate thing, no, you just bam, hit the button, flip around. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Bam, smack your friggin'. It's an absolute game changer. These little details that you really think aren't a problem, they're honestly not a problem. They're just more in the way. They're things that kind of stop your creative mind. So the way that your mind kind of works is you're in a flow state, and anything that kind of impedes that flow state of, Alright, hold up, I need to change to video mode, then I need to change my settings to this. Wait, am I shooting 4K or HD? I want to shoot this part of the vlog in HD, so I gotta go to this button, and by the time you do that, then you go, what was I vlogging? Oh, that's right, it was the train going past. Oh, I missed it. Alright, we'll go back to taking photos. And you miss a whole portion. With this, you're shooting your photos. Oh, a train, record. Boom, your button's right there, lets you record. Is it wrong to say I'm in love with the camera? Like, it's just really, really cool. Like, these little details I put in. Anyway, I'm blabbering again, I'm sorry. But there's gonna be a lot of content coming about this camera. I know the the R6 Mark III will be coming out soon, but like, you still gotta show love for the Mark II, because the Mark II is such a staple camera in its price range for everything you're getting at a little bit more of a price range than the R10 and R8, which I was originally looking at. And I was originally looking at the R8 and the R10, and I was going, I wish all the good things from each of those were in one. Like, I liked the R10 because it took the bigger battery. I liked the R8 because it had the bigger like shooting speeds. And I was like, there's so many things I love about this, and like this one has dual card slots, but this one doesn't. But I want to have the dual card slots, but I want the bigger battery, but I want the faster shooting, speeds. I want, and then I saw a video where they compared all three with the R6 Mark II, and I went, yeah, I'm gonna spend the extra money. Definitely worth it. Very phenomenal. I bought this at Ted's Camera House, so shout out to Ted's Camera House. And they're pretty much the only ones in Australia I noticed that have the bundle with the 24-105L F4, I think this lens is, and it's the L series R lens, and comes with the awesome like lens cap and the lens bag, and it was on sale. Just so much to say. I have so much to say, and I really just I don't have words for it. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of content coming on this camera. I'm going to be comparing it to like everything. For now, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you all for coming out and watching. I'm so excited to get started with this camera and shooting stuff, and I'm really, really excited because I've already gotten good photos with not being able to understand the settings, and that's just the beginning. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.